Good morning, all. Welcome to 5-day online faculty empowerment program initiated by Tech Guru Education Consultancy Services Group. For this program, academic partner is KJRL College Autonomous, Bhimavaram. The theme is redefining higher education on the account of globalization. In this particular faculty empowerment program, we are choosing the modules like impact of the globalization on guidelines of the higher education that will be covered in this session. Next session is bridge the gap based on the pedagogy, based on the education system objectives. We will discuss the theme in that session. Thereafter, the mechanism of developing the resources according to the changes in higher education. Next, how to improve the brand imaging of a faculty or a HEI, Higher Education Institute, that will be covered in one session. At last, by using the QMS strategy and revised taxonomy techniques, how to enhance the learning space for the student community, that will be covered in final session. So that is the plan of conducting this particular faculty empowerment program. I am expressing my profound thanks to each and every registered participant for sparing your valuable time to learn something new. Whenever you are showing interest to empower you means directly or indirectly you are going to help to empower our country. So it is a very great day to see all of you here. Now we will start the session for today with the theme impact of the globalization on guidelines of higher education. The future of the countries would be largely determined by their abilities to compete in a global market where industrial based economies are giving way to knowledge based industries. Citizen, good citizen, global citizen. Citizen, whenever he is entering into the education system with the help of the goodness of the education system, he will become the good citizen. Means based on the guidelines included in that particular education system. Global citizen means the era of the education strategy is changing, like the competency level of the stakeholder student that we want to improve to meet global competency. So whenever the person is improving the competency, if the benchmark is setting up with the global standards, then only any country will survive in the future. In the new global economy, the knowledge and skills of the nation's workers is key to its competitive success, rather than factors like natural resources and geographic location. So whenever there is no improvement of the skill, whenever there is no quest for improving the knowledge, whenever there is no quest for improving the excellence, then that will be showing an end for the success of the particular country. Education is the central to the human resources development and empowerment in any country. And the quality of the education that will be judged by the kind of humans it produces. Generally, we will say like outcome based education. So, what is the outcome of the particular education system? So, whenever there is no quality education is there, means the human being as the outcome of the education without proper competency he is entering into the real world. Then automatically empowerment in that country is also becoming less. So whatever is done in the education represents is a philosophy and a system of the values, our beliefs regarding the good, true and beautiful. And the skill development is the main motto in our education system. Educational systems are complex. Teachers are professionals. Teaching and learning is what takes place when the teacher closes the door and starts to speak. But diversity in the education should be reflected in the choices made with the respect to the balance among knowledge, know-how, wisdom and character. So generally in our education system, we are having a belief such that whenever teacher is entering into the room, then only learning process is initiated in the particular class. Whenever the teacher is starting to speak something in that class, that is the origin to enlighten the knowledge of the student. But in one way, it is wrong. The student is supposed to start think whenever he is entering into the educational institute. He or she is supposed to think about the outcomes of the particular course and analysis of the things, developing their ability to develop a new model. Whenever innovative cell is there in your organization, how to apply the innovative thoughts of the particular course, whatever they learned up to that time, they need to think continuously. Whenever they are mingling, discussing with their friends, they need to discuss with the objectives of the development. But generally, whenever the faculty is entering into the room, then they will settle and think about the learning of something. We need to change basically the particular psychology of the student or faculty in that organization. We need to create an environment such that learning may happen at any time. Our thinking should initiate it. Even with the faculty or without faculty, also learning may happen. There is no restriction such that whenever student and faculty are there in a room, then only there is a chance of learning something. Society automatically derives the advantages from a well-educated and well-trained population, such as increased economic competitiveness and improved social mobility and transmission of the social values and social cohesion, etc. So obviously whenever there is an advantage of gaining the best possible outcomes from the higher education system in the global market, combinedly the nation will derive all these possible benefits, advantages. Generally this higher education system, higher education, that is the important investment in the human capital, because the number of workers is not important, number of skilled workers is important. The type of the skill will lead to completion of the work within a less time, with the less economic effort and with the proper quality. So number of graduates produced per year is not important. The proper competency is important in any education system. Expansion in the higher education that will provide a greater access and that will give more educational opportunities to the underprivileged, and therefore that will reduce the social inequality also. Sometimes we will discuss about the social inequalities, gender balancing, everything. Whenever expansion is there in the higher education system, all these will be fulfilled. The uncertainty. Uncertainty is the only certainty. Definitely change will come. But here we require a resilient leadership. That type of leadership means that will not accept any failure. That type of the leadership we need to have here to overcome the uncertainties. The roles of the education have been closely linked to the social development and democratic empowerment of the societies. That is common. Definitely, the instant outcome, the instant fruit will not accept, will not consider. In the case of the education system, the good education system is always focusing on the long range perspectives only. The long range planning, that is including sub range planning, medium range planning, and the combined education system will improve the final quality of the graduate or postgraduate student. So generally the purpose of framing the universities, they will give the opportunities like knowledge will be shared to the stakeholder, that is nothing but the student. They will know something, they will know the process, how to apply it, they will develop the wisdom which enables them to set the priorities, and character building, that is the most important one. Whenever there is no character and whenever there are no values, then that education system cannot survive. Even if the person is having a good skill but without the character, he or she may not be appreciated in the society. So, what are the chances to expand the knowledge? By having the research and development techniques, automation, the spread of the higher education. When R&D is developing, when it is inculcating right from the institute onwards, whenever institute industry interaction is there, automatically there is a chance of expanding the knowledge. Because of the automation, we can indirectly help to improving the economy of the country. The spread of the higher education is such that we need to offer a course to the student such that it will help to improve their skill, and at the same time by using that skill the employability chance should create. For example, in the university and its affiliated colleges, We will follow the same syllabus, same objectives and program outcomes will be prepared. All the students are studying the same syllabus, but some members are only getting employment with the best package. Some members are not getting the jobs. Sometimes we will say those students are from the campus, university campus, these students are from affiliated college. What is the reason? They are not getting the job because of the skill difference. That is the final statement given by us. Then what is the use of the curriculum in that particular university and affiliated colleges if it is not fulfilling the gap with respect to the skill enhancement? Because of this globalization, we need to remodify the strategy of the higher education system such that we need to incorporate the courses or syllabus such that any student should attain the particular skill at last. Whether he or she may be from university campus or from a normal affiliating institution. We need to empower the faculty such that they need to empower the students at last. If that gap is continuing, then the number of graduate or postgraduate students will increase in any country, but number of skilled workers that will be less. Always we will say like we need to compete with the global standards. Whenever we are not ready to remodifying ourselves, remodifying our educational strategies, it is very difficult to meet the global strategies, global standards. So the impact of the globalization is indicating us to remodify the educational strategy in the higher education system. As a participant, you may come under any one of these groups: normal faculty, BOS member, head of the department, IQAC coordinator, or principal, a training placement officer, dean academics, any type of these particular additional responsibility you are taking in your organization. So please think from this perspective. Whenever you are involving in the BOS, the type of the design of the curriculum is such that to improve the skill set of the student, the chance of including practical component is giving the chance of enhancing the R&D. Whenever there is a chance of including more number of practicals in a course, then automatically they will think how to automate the things also. Along with the regular courses, generally we will offer add-on courses and certificate courses. Then automatically that is giving a indirect chance to get additional specialization and to acquire additional competency. In this way, the spread of the higher education that will be possible. Always there will be a confusion. Are we teaching the subject or are we teaching the syllabus? There should be a no conclusion like This syllabus is limited, so they are not gaining the advantage. Before starting the semester, the BOS meeting, if it is the autonomous institution, the team of the faculty members, they may have a chance to modify the content of the particular course with the help of the industry institute interaction. So that is the basic foundation step to meet the global standards. If the foundation is strong, then the building will survive. The traditional institutions are on the wane, and the basic family and work roles are changing based on the parameters set by the knowledge explosion only. R&D has involved in the creation of the new knowledge. Automation has led to the implanting of the knowledge into the machines. So whenever a proper foundation is there, automatically these three will happen. Sometimes some institutes in our country, they may take help of the international institutions with the process of collaboration. Generally, that type of the new knowledge based society demands workers who are flexible and versatile. The collaboration is giving a chance to upgrade themselves. An innovative form of the transitional education that is based on the internet also. So sometimes we may do some certificate courses. Generally in our country we will say like add-on courses and certificate courses. The foreign universities, they will offer credit courses and non-credit courses. Because of the globalization, that is giving a chance to improve the skill set continuously. The globalization is radically changing. What it is changing? The internal power structures of the nation. What is the biggest challenge whenever you are considering the globalization? The higher educational institutes, they need to reform themselves. We need to develop the global mindset. We need to design the system such that the based on the competency expected of the future professional, understand the modern society and their characteristic values in their social, economic, political, technological and ecological environments. Green skills, they are also very important. You are trying to improve the skill set, okay? Automation that reach to the peak, more industries are evolved. At the same time, there is no greenery in the environment. So green skill means they need to have ecological balance, idea about the environment. As a human being, we need to survive on this globe. So the skill set should support the expansion of our life, and the skill set should improve the employability. But we are not giving a chance to improve that skill set, which is indirectly creating a threat to our life. So that type of the characteristic values we need to include in the higher education. Even we are running behind the globalization, but we need to take care of these fundamentals also. We need to facilitate lateral thinking and inculcate the values of the integrity, justice, and fairness. See this example. By learning some softwares, some members they are going abroad, they are working like some software engineers. Because of the getting job as the main goal developed in a country, that is a biggest challenge. Generally in our schools or colleges, generally in the schools, what is your goal? As a teacher or as a parent, we are expecting an answer like, I will become an engineer, I will become a doctor, I want to become a software engineer. But try to create an environment such that I want to lead a happy life by obtaining this particular skill set. I want to develop my skill such that I need to create employment to so many people. I want to improve my skill such that I want to bring fame by succeeding in this particular game or sport. That type of the environment generally we need to create in the education system. Education at the higher level must liberate from all sorts of the inhibitions and creativity. Generally, analysis and synthesis. Generally, we will do analysis even at the process of the mentoring, but try to synthesize. Try to think from the student point of view. Then simply, easily we can do analysis. Where is that problem in the mindset? The technological strength that is playing an important role in the global arena. That is the prime mover. Whenever a nation is having the masters in the technology, then automatically competitive advantage it will gain in the globe. We are saying like a global village who may work anywhere. But who will tell in our education system this particular skill set, competency will give you a chance to work in that particular place? Where is that direction? The flow is such that you need to complete this particular course or set of courses to finish particular semester. But here we are not offering the freedom to the students also to change their mindset to choose the electives as per their choice. When they will choose the courses as per their choice, if there is a proper designing of the courses and we are offering the chance, then they will choose. Whenever we will design such that whenever we are having the idea of the all global competencies, then the designing of the system, higher education system, will be following that particular flow. The higher education system, whenever is including all these strategies, then it will suitable to reach the competency like global. The knowledge acquisition process, that is changing from teaching to learning and from classroom learning to the learning on demand. The people are not depending on the classroom learning. There is a popular dialogue in one Telugu movie like చూడు ఒకవైపే చూడు. Like the traditional teachers, they will say, see the board, see the blackboard. There is no restriction in these days like that. There are plenty of opportunities to learn. There are plenty of opportunities. Even we need to encourage our students to use those type of the opportunities. We need to encourage them. Learning is the final outcome. Improving the competency is the final outcome. The teacher role should be converting now like a co-learner. We need to work along with them. We need to give mentoring. We need to act like a coach. Observe the role of the coach in a game or sport. They will also run along with the players. So similarly, we need to also work together. We need to act like the co-learner. Then automatically there is a chance to improve the potential in the higher education system. Generally, the concept of the virtual universities that will evolve because of the globalization. For example, because of this particular COVID, just assume as an example, without buildings, without infra, if any foreign university is offering the online teaching process in India, if our government is approving immediately because of the COVID, let us say our Ambani will come with a plan, with a bundle offer of the internet. They will sell 10 inches tablet to every student, those who want to join in those courses. They will come with a tie-up with that particular university, foreign university. Then automatically, whenever the sophisticated mechanism, if it is developing from that side of the university, all these students will turn up automatically. Yes or no? So in the place of the physical universities, the concept of the virtual universities, that may also evolve in future. The final skill set is required. How many years you spend in the education system? You need to spend this particular number of years in the school or college or university. That is a not barrier in the future. If you are having the skill, then you will be selected. That virtual university that will offer the e-learning, online tests and evaluation, everything. Even during this lockdown, many of the organizations, they are conducting the programs. Even there are so many trolls in the social media. Bag of webinar certificates that is carried out by faculty. They are having a aim of submitting this much number of certificates by this weekend to head of the organization, such that. But at the same time, what is the type of the skill we developed as a faculty after attending that particular session? The universities, they are imposing a rule to every organization. They are motivating, try to conduct this much number of online activities. Okay. But at the same time, it is always looking better if the instruction is such that try to design online programs to enhance the skill of the students also. Whenever some X number of faculty are attending online programs, if they are upgrading their skill, at the same time there is a equal chance to share the skill to their students of that particular organization by conducting suitable online program. Yes or no? But at present, in how many institutions that type of the motivation that is appearing? I am attending one program to learn how to use ICT tools, how to use the virtual labs. Okay, it is new to me. After getting certificate, it indicates I understood the concepts of using the virtual lab. Then immediately I need to redesign a program which is giving the benefit to the students of my organization, and I need to share the knowledge of using the uh, performing the experiments or using the knowledge by using the virtual lab website. I need to share immediately. The share and care should be the basic motto of the education system. The empowering the faculty means we are not getting the grades. We need to redesign the process of sharing and caring of the knowledge to the student community such that the advantages of the higher education system should be more. The fruits should be useful to the society in future. We need to always rethink in this way only. The output of the universities, we may classify like business leaders, policy makers, scientists, teachers, frontline service professionals. If the proper foundation we can give, then automatically sharing and caring of the each and everything that will be useful to the future generation. So the meaningful education system we need to design. The world class environment, the world class quality that will come automatically with the help of the collaboration between the industries and academic institutions. Then that will offer the mutual benefit also. The entrepreneur leadership, the technopreneur leadership, that should be the main motive from the academics. Entrepreneur, they will give jobs, they are giving a chance to expand the operations. The technopreneur, he will share the technology. He will simplify the things by using the technology. So every student will become either entrepreneur or technopreneur as the outcome of the organization. That is the good sign of the higher education system, the globalization. Always the industry should specify the universities or institutes about the exact requirements in terms of the curriculum development. The meaningful II partnership, industry institute partnership, that should be the basic requisite in nowadays. Generally, we will observe in the field of engineering and management. But even from the uh, schools or colleges onwards, the designing of the module is such that the analytical and logical thinking capability should improve right from the childhood. If there is no critical thinking and creative ability, if it is not there from the childhood, it is very difficult to survive later. Higher education is the critical factor and must be a part of any development strategy that is giving a chance to develop the skill, character, values, everything. The specialization is very important. The specialization is not with respect to, let us say, some BSc computers, BSc IT, BSc computer science. By seeing the name, the intention is such that the courses related to use the computer, they may be including BSc computers, BSc IT, BSc computer science. Is there any skill difference? Almost all the papers are looking like same. 60 to 70 papers, they will look like common in all these courses. Whenever the question of redesigning the courses and modules, just a slight difference generally that will be shown in the universities and some other institutions. Try to include the more number of vocational courses. Vocational pedagogy is nothing but the course in which the practical component is up to 60 to 70%. That is more than the theory. That is mainly focusing on the improving the skill only. So whenever you are having a MOU with the industry directly, the government, the UGC will give a chance to start the BVOC course. That type of the specialization that is very much required for the society in nowadays. Without the creative and critical thinking, there is no use. The forecasting, planning, deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, that should be inculcated in the minds of the students. So whenever you are dealing a course, always try to improve all these qualities by your motivation and by your words in the class. Try to design the module such that your instructional strategy should be designed such that the critical thinking of the student should improve. Whether you are the faculty from any stream, there is equal chance. There is equal chance we can improve the critical thinking of the students by our designing of the proper instructional strategy. We need to redefine our strategies. Creating something new or the original and to improve the existing version. The skills of flexibility, originality, fluency, elaboration, brainstorming, associative thinking, attribute listing, everything they will include. We need to include these modules in our teaching pedagogy. We need to offer the equal chance to the student to think. Generally, before starting of the class, we will start the class with a title or topic name. We will tell the objectives at the end of the session. Suppose whenever we are starting the session with a open-ended question, then student will think. Always we need to offer the chance of thinking in that particular learning environment. Their involvement should be there in the learning process. You should be acting like the facilitator. By using any type of the active learning strategy, you are supposed to design a mechanism such that they need to think and they need to learn on their own. If it is happening in the higher education system, automatically because of the globalization, the benchmarks easily we can meet. Whenever the education system is in a such a way, then these graduates, the output of the HEI, they will treat as the global citizens. Professional training and general education. Compulsory, the higher education must maintain a balance. Because the individuals they are from the different cultures, different diversities are there. Mutual understanding is very different one. Institution should always develop the human qualities. Already we discussed at this point also. Qualification is not important. Human quality is also important. The success of an institution achieves in responding to the demands of the students is the measure of its efficiency. Knowledge creation, distribution, learning, and utilization that is becoming shorter, leading to a need for the continuous qualification of the workforce and an update of the learning content. You are designing new courses, you are offering more learning environment chances, you are creating the knowledge. So, continuously, it is a cycle, there is no end. Teacher means continuous learner. We are ready to learn continuously. That is the reason why all these participants they are registered for this type of the online programs. They are ready to learn. What is the goal for this type of the learning? We need to redefine the strategy. Why we need to redefine the strategy? The offering advantage of the higher education system should reach to the student, and indirectly that will be helpful for the society. The effective student-centered classroom require different perspectives from the both instructors and students. Always, as a faculty, we need to have quest for searching novel active learning strategies. Change is always permanent. The intellectual development that should be the main motto of the organization. Role of the instructor that is playing a vital one. Whenever if you want to change the thinking process of the student, if you want to improve their knowledge, the role of the teacher should be modified as the co-learner. The literacy based instruction means you are instructing to read something or write something then student will develop their own learning style and strength. But reading, writing, along with them, the thinking skill, that should be inculcated in any higher education system. If we are giving instructions such that you need to reproduce this particular paragraph to get 10 out of 10 means, they will by heart everything. But we need to instruct the student community such that by mentioning these key points in the examination, that is giving a chance of getting 10 marks means why that key point is important, why it is becoming conclusion of a particular topic, why it is important means they will think to understand the concept behind it, then they will understand the process, then they will write their own story, then automatically as a faculty your expectations will meet and they will get the marks and you will get job satisfaction. So literacy based instruction sometimes that may be offering some sort of the disadvantage in the higher education institutes. Always the students must be encouraged to monitor and evaluate their own learning style. A continuous chance should be given to the student community to evaluate themselves. All of a sudden, based on the marks in a semester end examination, that is not indicating the merit or demerit of the students. Continuously, we need to create a learning space. They are the young minds. Whenever we are igniting continuously, the result will come. The instructor should work like the facilitator, like a mentor. The skills of the critical thinking, problem solving, written communication, ability to work collaboratively, that should be developed in the student community. The designing of these type of the modules is very difficult. With the proper training and with proper interest, whenever senior teacher is helping to the junior teacher, the collaborative work between the faculty of an organization, that will develop these type of the chances. The proper collaboration between the faculty is also there. Best syllabus versus the effective syllabus. We are having the 8 units in our university. You are having only 4 units in your syllabus. Generally, we will compare like that. What is that number indicates 4 units or 8 units? There is no fun. What is the effective part of the particular syllabus? What is the effective skill outcome of the student at the end of the particular course? That is important. There should be no passive learning. There should be active learning. Teach, test, and remodify your strategy. So generally assume the concept of the TQM, total quality management. So generally in the traditional classroom, you will plan, you will teach, and you will test the ability of the student. But TQM is suggesting, total quality management system is suggesting, plan, teach, and check, try to perform the revised action, and again teach and test. Simply you can understand this information like generally we will conduct the remedial classes, we will conduct the classes, bridge course, remedial course. They are the indicators of the DQM, total quality management. The consistency is important. This is the academic year we want to improve the standards of the courses. For the next 5 to 6 years, same syllabus copy will be approved in the BOS meeting. That is not good for the higher education. The consistency, always the search for chances of improving the excellence, that is also very much required. Learning should be a joyful one. Always the way of learning should be changing. It's a thrilling one. Always in the classroom, discussion should be started to learn something. We need to create such a learning environment to improve the quality. So identify the leadership. Leadership is nothing but leadership commitment. You will ask your principal or management, try to provide a multimedia projector. I want to show animations my students. Okay, they will provide a good company multimedia projector. Then you need to prepare suitable animations, or you need to come to the class with suitable e-content. Then you will motivate the student by using that content. It should be a continuous process. That is nothing but the leadership commitment. Suppose whenever the instruction is passing to the uh, faculty, use the PowerPoint presentations such that it will give a chance to the student to learn much more by using the audio visual slides. So generally some staff members, they will simply read the content from the slides. That is not a giving the chance of proper utilizing the scheme. The type of the leadership commitment is such that by using that particular device, the learning mechanism we are improvising continuously. We are creating a chance to the student to learn much more. We are creating a comfort zone to them. The teacher quality, we need to continuously improve. We need to identify the suitable novel methods. We need to search for the linkages with the organizations. The student quality, designing of the co-curricular activities, the active teaching strategies, office management, relationship with the stakeholders, continuous feedback from the alumni, parents, society, involving the alumni in the BOS. What are the existing resources? What is the type of the examination system you are using in the higher education strategy in your organization? What is the job satisfaction? The inclusion of so many strategies may be improving the higher education system. At the same time, the stakeholder should feel the job satisfaction also. With the pleasure we need to work. With the pleasure we need to work. As a simple example, because of the COVID pandemic, suddenly there is a break for the regular traditional classroom teaching. Slowly all the organizations, they are accepting the online teaching mechanism. You are sharing something to your students. You are enjoying the process. Generally in the normal days, in some organizations, Saturday, Sunday, they are holidays. Generally Sunday is holiday. But from the last 2 to 3 months, we are all working for all the 7 days in a week. Yes or no? Will you agree or not? Yesterday, today, tomorrow. They are the only 3 days in the week. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Yesterday, I attended for this particular webinar. Today, am I getting the certificate or not? What are the programs on? Tomorrow. Yesterday, I finished a online class. Today, I need to prepare the e-content to deliver the online class. Tomorrow, I need to plan to deliver this particular content to my students. in online teaching. This is the motto developed in the teaching community already. With the pleasure only we are working like this. So job satisfaction is also important. Otherwise, the stakeholder will feel like a burden and will be no proper outcome at last. The continuous improvement focus of the TQM must be including in the organizations, education organizations also. So generally the measure of the student performance that will be linked with the grades and prizes. But that type of the motive should be slowly changed such that equal chance should be given to each and everyone. The student is supposed to focus on the enhancement of the knowledge by involving themselves. Only for not getting the prize or first rank only I need to study. That type of the motivation we need to change in the young minds. Content of the education should change, but we need to understand the changes required for the education system itself. The quality management, that is a less focus on the curriculum. The vision is based on the future. In future we need to meet these standards. So what is the basic foundation step we need to follow? The powerful stimulant tool is the internal motivation. The internal motivation of the team, the confidence developed in each and every team member that will produce a better outcome. That type of the self motivation should start in higher education institutes to meet the global standards. So these are the conditions of the quality proposed by the Dr. Glaser. Supportive learning environment should be there. Students are supposed to encourage for asking the doubts. They are meant for do useful work in the educational institute. The faculty is supposed to create a environment such that the best of the best will be obtained from the student point of view. Continuous evaluation, and student is supposed to evaluate themselves. That type of the learning environment we need to provide. The quality work should always feel good. Novel content, the different types of the learning objectives, the different types of the teaching methodologies, they are the main factors in the redesigning process. There is the change should be in the examination system also. So generally in our education system, we are measuring the quality based on the marks sometimes, but we need to focus on the cognitive skills related to mind, whether they are thinking or not. By hearting something also they may get the grades, but after thinking only if they are ready to give the answer, that will be a best choice for the higher education system. So based on the cognitive skills, the assessment process should modify. That is the reason why taxonomies, revised taxonomy, Bloom's taxonomy, they are including in the education systems, because according to the those categories we are supposed to change our question paper also. Paper setter, they need to frame the question based on the different taxonomy levels. The teaching strategy should be also using all those levels of the taxonomy. Then automatically there is a chance to develop the cognitive skills, so psychomotor skills. So the right faculty for quality education. Right faculty means suddenly if you want to include a change, a quality change in your organization, means suddenly you will not bring any new faculty. You need to offer proper training to the existing faculty. The students are supposed to pick the new technology, means the instructor should pick the technology. They need to learn themselves first. The positive vibe you need to create in the educational organization. The current system of the traditional evaluation, that is based on the memory, already we discussed, but we need to always focus on the cognitive skills. Existing approach to the management in education to pay attention to both the contents, which too often considers the topics such as mathematics, science, or English and history as independent topics. Likewise, the existing approaches treat the method of delivery too often merely in the terms of physical environment, schedule, and methods of testing. When the relevant topics are included, when relevant courses are included, then equity, the balance will come in the system, then quality will achieve. Equity, quality, they are the interrelated terms. Whenever there is no proper balance, quality will differ. Suppose, as a simple example, what is the use of the English subject whenever you are focusing on the improving the skill? Huh? Try to interpret so many courses to improve the skill, remove the English subject. Arey Baba, without learning English course, if you are converting your students like a global citizen, in future they will use English only as a global language. Yes or no? Okay, in another term, whenever English subject is there, the faculty will give the training to the student how to improve the listening skill, how to improve the speaking skill, how to improve the writing skill. Okay, as a skilled professional, you want to prepare the manual, you need to prepare a manual, writing manual, how to operate the particular device, etc. Generally, whenever we are purchasing a mobile phone, they will give a piece of paper. They will write all the instructions. Yes or no? Even compulsory, they need to have a specific course like languages in the curriculum. So each and every course is unique. Each and every course is unique. We need to maintain the equity, then only we will obtain the quality. There are many problems. Whenever there are no problems, what is the fun of identifying this particular heading? What are the changes in the higher education system because of the globalization? Whenever we want to improve continuously, means some problem is there, we are searching for the solution. So the solution should be offering a best chance to the student. Already we discussed BSc computers, some BSc IT, BSc computer science. Just only 10 to 15% of the change in the papers we will redefine the courses. But they are the novel courses. The inclusion of the vocational courses, the skill oriented courses, that is important. To attract more number of admissions, slightly change we will show in the education system. That is only for survival of the organization in terms of the management, the view of the management. Seats will be fulfilled, they will gain something. That is a different issue. But according to the societal issue, what is the main motive in the BOS meeting? Whenever you are redesigning or you are designing a new course, The skill orientation, the skill development should be the main motto. Try to work with the industry based on the requirements, design a course. That should be a novel one. The blending, the combination of the different types of the knowledge should be included in those courses. Different types of the specialization should be included. Joint ventures between the industry and academia should be included. Foreign collaboration should be encouraged. Distance education should be encouraged. The government, the policy makers should offer so many platforms to improve the learning, to enable the learning. So, based on the fundamentals of the TQM, the continuous evaluation, the continuous monitoring of the quality should be included even in the higher education system also. The key to the progress is partnership between the students and teachers and the participative learning. There is no separate entity like teacher or student. Student and co-learner. The co-learner is nothing but teacher. Whenever the student and teacher they are working like the frontline workers of the industry, that is indicating the first quality parameter of the higher education system. Whenever this type of the working is included, then automatically system will improve. The instructional quality that will be evaluated in terms of how much and how well the students learn rather than instructional process and materials a teacher uses. I used 72 slides in the presentation. What is the use of using 72 or 7 slides? Whether the student is able to learn or not, that is important. I took 85 classes in this semester, you know. You took only 20 classes in your course. That type of the communication generally. There are so in so many institutes, the teachers will compare like that. The final outcome should be linked with the learning learning outcome of the student, irrespective of the number of classes, irrespective of the number of learning resources used by the teacher. If there is no proper outcome, if in the student mind, if there is no way of the critical thinking about a particular course, if they are not interested to learn anything new, then what is the use of using so many materials, and what is the use of the so many instructional processes with the teacher? The process of simplifying the things, the process of creating the sophisticated learning environment, stimulation, that is important. So continuously give a chance to the teachers to assess themselves. Then only they will understand the mindset of the students, and automatically they will change their instructional strategy. The student strength should be identified, the individual learning style should be identified, different types of the mechanisms we need to include. We need to encourage their talent and strength. Competency based assessment, competency based teaching, that need to be incorporating in the education system. Then only the real fruits of the higher education system we will achieve. Encourage the students to learn from the web. What's wrong? Automatically use the collaborative skills. Encourage them to do online courses. generally the visits, the field trips, the industrial training, job oriented training, that will be also helping the students to improve the skills and enhancing the thinking capabilities. So we need to encourage according to the type of the course. We need to encourage them to carry out the research activities just above, beyond the curriculum, maybe the boundary we need to mark it down compulsory. What we can do beyond the existing curriculum, in that way there is a chance of improving continuously. So in future, uh, the following aspects may be incorporated while you are considering the transmission process: regional diversity, co-development, scientific excellence, intellectual probability, portability of the teaching material, the quality approach. Co-development means the teacher and student should improve continuously, like frontline workers of the industry. Regional diversity means the cultural difference, social difference. Based on the difference, the learning should not be affected. The learning should not be affected. We need to take care of. The scientific excellence. Whenever II, industry institute interaction is there, scientific excellence will achieve. Intellectual property. When R&D is encouraged, the IPR, the parents will come. Intellectual property rights they will understand. Portability of teaching material. What is the meaning of the portability of the teaching material? Means it's not indicating compressing the total e-content into some 4 or 5 pages, etc. Simplifying the things. Suppose whenever virtual learning that is offering some with the help of the buzzwords, with help of the few sentences we need to include, with help of the animations and with help of the simulation, we are going to explain the things to the students. Suppose if you want to explain something by using online teaching, if there is a suitable simulation tool, if you are performing the experiment by using the simulation tool, that will give a chance to understand in the remote teaching generally. That is indicating the portability of the teaching material. By without using the simulation tool, by using so many number of lines in the slides, if you are sharing the PPT, that is not fulfilling the purpose. The quality of the approach, that may be a teaching strategy or novel designing of the curriculum, the approaching the student, assessment, all these will come under quality approach. The new teachers must be placed in an effective logistic environment. The education system to be built should therefore through global prospective perception of the changes. By considering those changes only, we need to include everything in the education system. We need to offer uh, that type of the training to improve themselves for the new teachers. Then only they will guide the next generation in a proper way. So this is the end for this session. What is the impact of the globalization on the guidelines of the higher education system? That is considered as the theme for this session, and I hope you enjoyed the session completely, as we believe the content is king always. So you are supposed to focus on the content and you are supposed to empower yourself based on the theme: how to redefine education strategy on account of the globalization. So first in this session, try to understand what are the impacts of the globalization. Then from the next session, try to understand how to bridge the gap. What are the reasons? So in our teaching, what are the different strategies we need to employ to bridge that gap? Are we ready to improve or not? In future, if you are not ready to improve, what are the problems we need to understand at least? Then what are the different techniques of developing new type of the resources? Developing new resources for the teaching, that is one module in this particular FEP program. In that particular FEP session, suppose a new add-on course or certificate course if you want to offer to your students. So generally a new type of the LMS package, from organizational point of view, they will purchase and everything. They will give training to the teachers. In that session, a dedicated demo we want to show. Third party providers, service providers are there. By using that particular website or software, simply you can mimic the environment, imitate the environment, how to offer the content, how to offer a course as a add-on course or certificate course to the students. Whenever they are registering, how to monitor from the teacher's point of view. Whenever they are giving the answers, how to observe, how to share the material. Everything you can understand from that session. Even by using that particular website, we will give demo completely by using the free version. If you are practicing the things really, if you are familiar, suppose if in your organization, if you want to offer the online courses for offering the maximum benefit to the society, you can go for the paid version of the same website also. So that type of the module also we want to include in this particular FEP. Then what are the different QMS, quality management systems, and what is the role of the taxonomy, Bloom's versus revised taxonomy, and what is the importance of taxonomy in the coming days. Already in so many organizations they are already following the Bloom's. So with the help of all these modules, at last definitely you will feel the process of empowering. Because of the lockdown, by using so many online programs, really it is a very good chance to share and care everything, to empowering ourselves. It is a very good chance to enhance the knowledge. So really sincere thanks from our team to every registered participant for your interest, for your involvement in this program. So try to follow the content in each and every module. Then finally you will enjoy the final purpose of the this particular FEP, Faculty Empowerment Program. So this is the end for this session. Thank you all. Namaste.